In times of uncertainty and challenge, we often find ourselves searching for guidance, strength, and hope. The saints, those who walked before us in faith, serve as shining examples of unwavering trust in God. Their words echo through time, reminding us of the power of faith to overcome doubt, fear, and despair. Today, let us draw inspiration from these holy men and women, whose profound trust in God's plan teaches us to anchor our lives in His divine love and providence. Here are some of the most powerful quotes from saints about faith and trusting in God, offering wisdom for our hearts and souls. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11, verse 1. This full version of the verse emphasizes that faith gives substance to our hopes and provides a firm foundation for believing in things we cannot yet perceive. It's about having a confident expectation in God's plan and believing in the eventual fulfillment of His promises. He who trusts in himself is lost. He who trusts in God can do all things. Saint Teresa of Avila. This powerful quote underscores the limitations of human reliance on oneself. True strength, according to Saint Teresa, comes from surrendering our will to God and acknowledging our dependence on His divine power. With God's grace, we can achieve things beyond our own capabilities. Faith is not the elimination of doubt, but confidence in God in spite of it. Saint John Henry Newman. This quote acknowledges the reality of doubt in the spiritual journey. It emphasizes that faith is not about the absence of questions or uncertainties, but about maintaining trust in God even when doubts arise. True faith is about choosing to believe in God despite the challenges and uncertainties we may face. Trust in God and do what is right. Then you will see great things happen. Saint Teresa of Calcutta. This quote highlights the importance of action guided by faith. It emphasizes that true faith is not just a passive belief, it's about actively living out one's faith by doing what is right and just. When we align our actions with God's will, we can expect to witness remarkable things unfold in our lives and in the world around us. Never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God. Saint Bernard of Clairvaux. This quote addresses the inherent uncertainty of the future. It encourages us to find comfort and security in the fact that even though the future may be unknown, we can place our trust in a God whose character and love are unchanging and unwavering. Faith is not believing that God can, but knowing that God will. St. Augustine. This profound statement moves beyond mere belief in God's power to a deep conviction in God's faithfulness. It emphasizes that true faith is not just acknowledging that God is capable, but having the assurance that God will fulfill His promises and act in accordance with His loving plan. The greatest act of faith is to take the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Saint Teresa of Avila. This quote encourages a proactive approach to faith. It emphasizes that true faith involves taking action, even when the full path ahead is unclear. It's about trusting in God's guidance and taking the first step in obedience, knowing that God will provide the strength and direction needed for each step along the way. Do not be afraid. I am with you always until the very end of the age. Jesus Christ. Matthew 28:20. While not explicitly from a saint, this foundational Christian belief provides unwavering assurance of God's constant presence and support. It offers comfort and strength in the face of any challenge or fear, reminding us that we are never alone. Faith is to believe what you do not see. The reward of faith is to see what you believe. St. Augustine. This highlights the essence of faith as an act of trust in the unseen, with the ultimate reward being the realization of that belief. It emphasizes that faith is not about blind acceptance, but about a deep trust that allows us to experience the fulfillment of God's promises. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. This encourages complete reliance on God's care and providence, freeing individuals from the burden of anxieties and worries. It reminds us that God deeply cares for us and invites us to surrender our anxieties to him, trusting that he will provide the necessary strength, guidance, and peace. Let go and let God. St. Ignatius of Loyola. This concise yet profound statement emphasizes the importance of relinquishing control and surrendering one's will to God. It encourages us to trust in God's plan and allow him to guide our lives, even when we may not fully understand his ways. In times of difficulty, trust in God. In times of joy, give thanks to God. St. Francis de Sales. This quote emphasizes the importance of maintaining a consistent relationship with God throughout all of life's circumstances. It encourages us to turn to God in times of need and to express gratitude for his blessings in times of joy. Faith is a gift from God, but it is also a response to God's grace. Catechism of the Catholic Church. This statement highlights the dual nature of faith. While faith is a gift freely given by God, it also requires a human response. It's about actively choosing to believe in God and to live in accordance with his will. Prayer is the soul's great breath, and just as we cannot live without natural breath, so neither can the soul live without prayer. Saint Teresa of Avila. While related to prayer, this quote emphasizes the connection between a strong prayer life and a deep relationship with God, which underpins true faith. Prayer is not just a request for things, but a means of deepening our communion with God and strengthening our trust in him. The Lord is always near to all who call upon his help with sincerity, true faith, sure hope, and perfect love. St. Ambrose. This quote highlights the importance of sincerity, true faith, and love in our relationship with God. It emphasizes that God is always present and ready to respond to those who call upon him with genuine faith and a sincere desire to deepen their relationship with him. Let us work as if success depends on us alone, but with the heartfelt convictions that we are doing nothing and God everything. St. Ignatius of Loyola. This quote emphasizes the importance of diligent effort and hard work, while simultaneously acknowledging our complete dependence on God. It encourages us to work diligently and responsibly, but to do so with the humility and trust that ultimately it is God who brings about success. Faith is not the elimination of doubt, but trust in God beyond doubt. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, while not a saint, a prominent Christian theologian. This quote echoes St. John Henry Newman's point about the reality of doubt. It emphasizes that true faith is not about the absence of doubt, but about choosing to trust in God even when doubts arise. It's about maintaining a deep conviction in God's love and faithfulness despite any uncertainties. Faith is the key that unlocks the door to God's grace. St. Thomas Aquinas. This metaphor beautifully illustrates the importance of faith in accessing God's grace. Just as a key is necessary to open a door, faith is essential for opening our hearts and minds to receive the abundant grace and blessings that God desires to bestow upon us. The more we know of God, the more we shall love him, and the more we love him, the more we shall desire to please him. St. Francis de Sales. This quote highlights the interconnectedness of knowledge, love, and obedience. As we deepen our understanding of God's character, love, and plan, our love for Him will naturally grow. And as our love for Him grows, we will naturally desire to live in a way that pleases Him. Faith is not a feeling, it is a decision. C.S. Lewis, while not a saint, a renowned Christian author. This quote emphasizes the active nature of faith. It's not just about passively accepting beliefs, but about making a conscious decision to trust in God and to live according to His will. It's about choosing to believe in God and to follow Him, even when it may be difficult or challenging. The saints remind us that faith moves mountains, and trust in God leads to miracles. So whatever you're facing today, place it in God's hands and trust that He is working in ways you cannot yet see. Remember, you are never alone when you walk in faith. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And here's your challenge for the week. Take one step of faith, no matter how small, and trust God with the outcome. Come back and share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear how God is moving in your life.